appears as if he's struggling a little bit with his breathing here in New Jersey in just round number 2. We are at sea level here on the Jersey Shore.
On the beach. Push that jab out is Monaco. And the right hand. Good jab from Bell. Look at the sharp jab from him.
We heard Evander Holyfield talk about Gary Bell, giving him credit after winning the title from Tyson for getting him into shape. And now it is Bell teeing off on Monaco, who has been stopped on a couple occasions. In only his 11th fight, he stepped up to fight Michael Grant. Next fight, he stepped up to face Jeremy Williams. He was taken out in the 3rd by both of those much more experienced and contending heavyweights.
And it was the busy style of Jeremy Williams that took him out, much like Gary Bell is busy in this fight. He is out punching Monaco. Monaco's got to get busy. Take some of the power off those shots to get him in there.
Al Albert and the champ, Sean O'Grady ringside. Wildwood Convention Hall, Wildwood, New Jersey. Both going upstairs to start the 3rd round, both picking it up. Pressing the issue, Gary Bell.
Yeah, downstairs
going to the body.
Yeah, goes Bell. You know, you hit a hard puncher in the body a few rounds, he loses his power. The steam goes out of his shot.
Oh, Monaco tiring here in the 3rd. And now having difficulty finding a defense for the on-charging Gary Bell. When Bell was simulating Mike Tyson and sparring for Holyfield, Holyfield was saying, here I am, the best, you're supposed to fight the best fighter in the world. I can't get past 2 or 3 rounds with my sparring partner. He really gave Holyfield problems initially. That's waved off by Arthur McCanty. Yeah, Bell did say, though, after a while, Holyfield did catch on.
Yeah, the adage in boxing is that you're only as good as your sparring partner. These men work out every day in the gym in preparation for these fights. They put on big headgears and they wear bigger gloves. But you learn so much from your sparring partner. You learn about pacing, about timing, and that's what he's learned here. Look how Monaco, this round especially, really turning the tempo up.
Bell is, and Monaco right now needs a bomb to turn things around. But Gary Bell right now in control in round number 3, has been patient in this fight. He knows he's had 10 rounds to work with. Actually, he's more aggressive as a sparring partner for Holyfield than he has been in this fight.
Well, he had to be to emulate Tyson.
And get paid for it.
Yeah, get paid for getting beat up every day.
So this is probably a little easier for Gary Bell here tonight.
This is a picnic after going through training. Training, you do it every day, and you fight every day. You get beat up, you get to beat somebody up.
Hands of Monaco way down low. Bell downstairs and then upstairs.
Yeah, there's why they're down low. He's trying to protect his body. Monaco has his hands around his waist. You know, all that, look at those muscles. Oh, this man is strong. He's been lifting weights. Monaco has a lot of power upstairs, but the problem with all that mass, that muscle mass, is you have no snap on your punches. No crack when you hit. 90% of the power of the punch, I've talked about it before, right on the end, that final snap. When you have that mass, it's hard to get that final snap.
Well, if Monaco gets frustrated in this fight, knowing that he's able to pick up the refrigerator by himself, maybe that's how he would take out his frustration on Gary Bell. Just lift him up and toss him out of the ring. But right now, it doesn't appear as if Louis Monaco can get into some heavy lifting. He is tiring here in just the 3rd round.
Those gloves are heavy lifting for him right now.
1 minute Maalox.
The other night I woke up at about 1.
Gary Bell, the 6'2", 231-pound, 26-year-old heavyweight from Jamaica, Queens, who, like Louis Monaco, got a late start in boxing. Oh, Monaco catching Bell. It so far has been all Gary Bell, but Monaco has that threat, the danger of the big right hand.
Stop holding him. Stop holding.
Gary Bell actually did not start boxing until the age of 22, 4 years ago. Says he got into some trouble when he was younger. He was actually incarcerated for 4.5 years until he was 22 years old. When he got out, he said he's got to turn his life around. And former heavyweight contender Carl the Truth Williams from the same neighborhood in the Queens brought Gary into the gym for the first time. And Bell says he fell in love with boxing, and he really credits the Truth for taking him under his wing, encouraging him to find a purpose, to turn his life around, to work hard in boxing. And so far, Gary Bell has done just that. A very successful sparring partner with Evander Holyfield, and he has won his first 14 professional fights.
And he says it's so great now because my mother, Adelia, is so proud of me. She even carries my picture around in her wallet with her. So proud to tell her friends that her son is a professional fighter fighting on national television. Good for him, Gary Bell. Doing a good job so far.
I'm sure proud tonight.
Yeah, Bell has been hit several times, but he's shaking it off. Come back to land good shots of his own. He has a good jab, follows it up with a good right hand.
When we talk about experience, Sean, Gary Bell, who has all its great experience against the world heavyweight champion in Evander Holyfield, but in his 14 pro fights has been fighting guys with records like, if you go down his ledger, 7-8, 3-3, 2-3, 13-27. You know, his last fight, a victory over a 9-5 guy, one of the best records he has faced. But what is the experience in real fights?
Yeah, it is so much different than the gym, too. In the gym, you're sparring every day with the best in the world. But a lot of times you get beat up and take a beating in the gym sparring with those best in the world. And unless you can learn, then it does you no good. It does a lot of good for the champion. When he says he says his career, so many of these fighters we see that have sparring partner syndrome, they don't really give a good effort in fights. He says that I'm so different because I have a career too outside of being a sparring partner. He's still learning. He's still young at 26 years old and still trying to build his career. He's done a good job through these first 4 rounds, and we'll see if he can continue it.
Welcome back to Wildwood, New Jersey, the site of tonight's Tuesday night fights. Gary Bell in the corner, instructed by trainer Tommy Brooks to jump on Monaco here in the 5th round, as he said, just like you do with Holy. As we had talked about before, Bell probably more aggressive, simulating Mike Tyson in his sparring sessions with Evander Holyfield than he has been in this fight. And now Tommy Brooks wants that sparring partner simulated Tyson to surface here against Monaco. What is going on with Louis Monaco, who is running out of gas as early as the 2nd round? Well, let's find out. The champ right now in the Monaco corner with Jim Davis.
Jim, you're not happy with what you're seeing so far. Why not?
Lewis has got to back this guy up. And the reason why is Lewis can't punch going backwards. He's leaving himself wide open. And the biggest thing, and you know a champ, he ain't throwing enough punches. But the kid don't have a lot of boxing skills. He fights with courage and strength.
He doesn't, but he's throwing the punches. He's throwing the majority of these shots.
He's scoring the heavier shots, but he's not following up when he does score.
Yeah. How do you get Monaco to follow up?
You know, at this point, you can raise hell with him and hope that it gets through. That's all. I mean, at this point, it's a little too late in the game plan to do anything. It's up to him now. We've trained. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to execute.
Yeah, you told me he's in good condition for this. Is he out of gas?
I think he's a little tired. He's caught a lot of body shots.
Yeah, is that because of inexperience or what?
It's totally a reason. You know, there's no experience here, and we're learning as we go. Yeah. But I think we can still pull this one out.
How?
Power punch. I think we'll put this guy away.
Can you catch his breath for him?
No, but I can't do the punching from either. He can do that on his own.
All right. Well, we know he's got good power up there.
I think the right hand will take this guy out before the fight's over.
How many rounds? How many more rounds?
I said we take him by 8.
Okay, you're going to tell him to unload over here.
Oh, you better believe it.
All right, Al, they want him to swing that right hand. Let it go. Let it fly.
Well, if you're wondering about the stamina of Monaco, he's gone 10 rounds with war horses, former champion Trevor Berbick and former champion Michael Doakes. As far as Bell is concerned, he's never gone more than 8. He's gone past 4 rounds only 4 times, but it is Louis Monaco who is exhausted but still has that big cannon. Warning right there for Gary Bell. 5 rounds, nearly down, 5 to go. Champ.
Monaco is fatigued for a couple of reasons. First of all, in this fight, but number 2, he's been throwing every shot a home run ball. He hasn't set up his punches. If he could take some of the power off, put the shots in there, he may be able to connect. There was a good connect from Gary Bell. Nice left hook from him. Bell says his best shot is the overhand right. If he can set the left hook up and then bring the right, he would score effectively. Good body work from Monaco. That'll take some of the speed from Bell.
Louis Monaco getting slapped around in his corner as Jim Davis trying to get Monaco to punch. He just really unhappy with the number of punches coming from his fighter, who right now seems to be totally exhausted, having difficulty holding up those tree trunks of arms.
Oh, it's so frustrating, too, for a trainer. You can try to give all your kid all the knowledge to win a fight, but if they don't listen and they don't follow instructions, they can't do it. There's a good right hand from Monaco. Gary Bell